Yep. Yep. All of this. New. Slap. Zip, zip. And broom, broom. Well, I'm gonna need to buy a new whatever this is. that went super smoothly. I was gonna sit in the car, pop the trunk, and come open it and show you the glorious S85 V10, but I got a blooper instead. That's not cool. I have no idea why that broke off. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. It's one of many broken things. On my newly purchased, spontaneously purchased, very extremely spontaneously purchased, 2006 BMW M5 with, again, the aforementioned 5-liter V10 engine derived by Formula One racing and all the other cool stuff that we all know. I wasn't actively looking for this car. I was selling my other car to the right of me, which is the F10 M5, and preemptively thinking, what would I want as a next project car, especially for the YouTube channel here, NovichenkoWhips. If you're joining for the first time, welcome. Please subscribe and join the channel. I work in a lot of different things, Subarus, BMWs, Mercedes now, as you'll see soon and have seen before. A lot of BMWs, a lot of Subaru tuning, a lot of mods, and a lot of hopefully entertaining and useful information for you guys, especially in the terms of reliability, modding, fun, power, driving, and the so on and so forth. Motor enthusiast stuff. So, a year or so ago, I owned a 2005 E55 AMG with a plethora of mods. I bought it broken, and I fixed it most of the way. Unfortunately, what I've noticed is the old Mercedes, old AMGs, they suffer from electrical issues. And by that I mean like corrosion on connectors, on the ECU, on controllers, degrading or disintegrating wiring, and so on and so forth. When I was buying that, I was also considering looking for an E60 M5. Most people said E55 AMG, way better, way more reliable engine. As I found out, not as reliable electronics. Oh well. I was looking around, I found a guy selling a broken, blown head gasket E60 M5. We kind of talked. He was very eager to sell. I wasn't gonna buy it until he kind of agreed on a very good price for a blown E60 M5. And then he said, I'll drive it 2.5 hours to your house right now if you have the money. And I was like, sure. I don't know. I talked to my wife and she's like, yeah, go for it. And I was like, yeah, that's a sign. And I said, come on over, bro. So he brought it over. Of course, it doesn't start yet. The battery's dead. Possibly bad battery. It's been standing around for a while. I washed it today. And, you know, it's a not crazy high mileage car, but that's probably because it stood around broken. It's got like 80K miles or so. It's a 06 stock, other than the gorgeous red wheels. I know a lot of people are going to make fun of these wheels. A lot of my friends already have, but I think my wife likes them. That's maybe why she said yes, so I'm thankful for these wheels. They are some kind of, it says they're rays. Okay, they're staying. Rays are good wheels. And I thought they were knockoffs, but we will find out long term. Hopefully good, strong wheels, good tires. Looks like Toyo's, Proxies, both front and back. What is the issue? The guy sent me a video of it running and it pushing a lot of coolant out the expansion tank. Head gasket probably overheated it. I don't know. But overall, I really want to tear into one of these S85 engines. A lot of people are super scared of the, quadruple Vanos, 10 throttle bodies on the 10 cylinders. And for me, it's like, all the tooling's out there, all the information is out there, the YouTube videos are out there on how to do it. I want to do it, and I didn't really want to buy a used one of these, 100K miles plus running, but for like 17K, 20K that they're all listed for on Facebook Marketplace. I don't want to get into the details of how much I paid, but it was like well under 10K. So if you need a full replacement engine, I've seen them for sale under 10K as well, but I honestly want to fix it myself, and I want to enjoy the idea of like, hey, I torqued some bolts and replaced some gaskets, and now this thing revs to 8.5-ish K RPM. What else? It's a rebuilt title. That also helps with the cheap price, but it's put together pretty well. The only, let's say condition concerns is some of the clear coat, and it's because, again, probably stood outside and didn't get washed and was broken. For myself, would I recommend doing something like this? I don't know. If you don't have a YouTube channel and you're not looking for a weird, unique situation in an interesting car to work on and fix and generate content, maybe don't do it, because there's not many people that are interested in mechanically suffering through mechanical turmoil in their garage, whether, hopefully I won't have to pull the engine out of the car. My last car that I did a head gasket job on and a valve job was the 650i Grand Coupe, and so you might have seen that. I was able to do everything with the engine still in the car. Super interesting experience. Did take quite long just because of how expansively intricate the N63 engines are. The S65, although it is complicated, it still looks like there's going to be less of a headache in terms of quantity of things to take apart. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to be like wrong, but we'll see. We'll get it all on video. But overall, nothing else looks broken other than the engine. The interior is pretty clean. All the leather's good. I just broke off accidentally the plastic piece that opens the hood. Not good. I don't know why. Just old flimsy plastic, the piece that it rests on in there. So I don't know how I'm gonna open the hood now, but whatever. You'll have some footage somewhere in here of me washing it earlier today, and hopefully you'll see the hood open with the V10 in there. But yes, join the journey. This is a part one of welcoming a spontaneous BMW E60 M5 project to the channel. Welcome. And pray for me to get it fixed. We figured out the hood latch. Ta-da! It definitely looks cool, even from engine cover wise perspective. Let me get you a little closer. So first order of operation, right, start taking off some of the peripherals, and we're going to pull out spark plugs and pretty much check what they look like. I have a cylinder bore camera. We're gonna look in there and see what those cylinders look like before we go any deeper. Let me know, please, in the comments if you have suggestions for me on what I need to do with this car. I'm a noob when it comes to S85s. I know rod bearings is a thing. We'll have to take a look at those if I can underneath the car. I have not been like under the car. I'll definitely ramp it up or pick it up in the front as we start working on it. But take a look at this thing inside. She cleans up nice. All the leather is in great condition. The Beamers in these years, like the 2000s, later 2010s, came with great seats. You know, the automatic bolstering came into play when you were moving the steering wheel or turning. I think it has it for both passenger and driver. Super cool. I got a bunch of spare parts with the car. I don't know, like tail lights, probably the ones on the car are LCI or something like that. Got probably the original door cards with like the wood trim. Inside it has like this cool, whatever you want to call it, metal or steel trim. So someone's put some love into this car, but she still needs a lot more, I'll tell you that. I've always liked the cockpit in these, right? This definitely gives me a little bit of reminisce of my recent E60 M5. So again, very, very close proximity in models. And then of course, probably this engine, very close to the M3 V8 S65, I believe. Yeah. If you're not subscribed and interested to see me pretty much rebuild this engine, please do subscribe and hit like if you liked the video. I'll try to do a follow-up video where I kind of run down about how I purchased the car and whatnot. But as you saw today, we just cleaned it up, trying to get it ready to disassemble. I didn't want to work on a dirty car, so I even cleaned it inside, outside, kind of my preference. And I'm interested to tear into it, to be honest. Hopefully it's pretty straightforward. Hopefully in my brain, the understanding is if it's just head gaskets and head bolts would be amazing. Hopefully nothing more catastrophic than that. It spins over, but it was pushing coolant. You definitely don't want any coolant in the cylinder chambers or anything like that. So, you know, order of operations will be getting the spark plugs out, getting a bore camera in there, and pretty much going from there. But yeah,